What's up, everyone? Welcome.
Howdy.
How's everyone doing?
What was that, John? Oh,
How's everyone doing?
really?
Oh, John. Oh,
You're giving me
John.
your Boba Fett Freddy? I didn't know we were that good of friends, dude. Thank
That's
you.
so nice of him.
Thank you, John.
What do I get? What
a
Freddy?
guy.
I don't know. I can't. No Freddy wall back there right now. It's sad. It's sad.
You can have the rest. I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
Just the rest of the Freddy. He's out. He's out of the game. He said he's done.
Hey, it all comes at some point.
It does. It does. So John is maybe wearing an invisible cloak. Maybe he is. I don't know. Is he invisible?
He may have invented that.
Yeah. See John Cena.
And he'll have the last laugh, will he not?
Yes. He'll just pop up out of nowhere. Like
spawn in, as they say.
Yes. But welcome everyone. It is Thursday night. It is PFO night, and we had some early birds coming in here. Let's see. Let's go all the way back. We got a lot of comments going on. Anna came in as part of the early squad. We got David, we got Chase Chaser, Christina, welcome. Charles, what's going on? All right, and let's see. Early squad's chatting. They're chatting away, like here early, like 30 minutes early, chatting away. We got Chris hanging out with us early too as well. We got we started about on time, so that's a great thing. Mike, what's going on? Velvet, what's up? Mock Guinness is here. Dr. John is here. Hi, Shy Guy, what's up? Pipsqueak Collectibles, welcome in. Welcome in. We got all kinds of people popping in. Look at Down Under's here. He's lurking as he's working. He's lurking as he's working. So,
welcome in, guys.
Jeremy Collect is in the house. Cross saved. Let's see. We got all kinds of people popping up. Don't forget, if you want to use your super chat tonight too, you're welcome to utilize that as a channel member. You get a free super chat. So that's an awesome thing as well. So if you haven't used it this month, you can use it before the end of the month because it is almost July. It's July. John, it's almost July, John. It's almost July. I know you're quiet tonight.
He is an astonishment that we are almost, we're like a couple days away, which I still can't believe. 4th of July is next week. Like, what? Like, we're going to be getting full-on SDCC stuff before we know it.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
It is crazy. And we got some stuff to talk about with SDCC, Fundays. The Magma joined us. Funko 411 joined us. Mr. Brightside, welcome in. Jetman, what's going on? Evelyn, welcome. Sam, what's up? Wayne, what's going on? Barry, what's up? William, thanks for joining us. Yeah, Chase is for everyone. Look, everyone can grab a soda chase. That's what John said. Everyone, all those soda chases back there are up for grabs.
It up.
I think that's what's going on. So, it has been a decent week in Funko news, I find. Pretty good stuff going on. A lot of things popping up. I'm curious from the chat, what has been the most exciting thing happening in the Funko news this week? Curious
what's everybody talking about? What has piqued everybody's interest this week?
What has been coming up? What has been talked about?
Cross saved had asked, and I seen Velvet had asked as well about the Funko Fusion pops that
we'll definitely talk about that tonight for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to all of those that are He-Man
You know what?
related,
I have to do. So Funko Fusion, I looked and I have a Switch. We have an older Xbox, and then my son just uses his PC now. So he does, Steam and stuff like that. I think it's supposed to come with Steam. I think it hasn't come out where you can just buy the digital version yet. It's all like the physical pre-order stuff. But I think, if it comes out Switch on time, I'll probably just order on Switch. Kind of thing. We have a Switch.
I think, you know what? I think I'll get it. I think I'll get it for my PlayStation if they have it.
Yeah. You have PlayStation 4 or 5?
I got 5.
You got a 5. Nice. Wait. He's undoing his invisible cloak, and he's here.
Oh, hi, John. You gave me
Oh,
your.
man.
We're live right now, just so you don't say anything inappropriate like you normally do when we go off air. But I'm just saying, you gave me your Freddy when you were invisible. So okay,
He's just, I'm out. I'm
he's
done with it. I'm
astonished.
going on.
He was
Oh,
astonished that he was there.
Down Under says Wolverine, a Deadpool, pop yourself. And thanks for
Yeah,
17 months. Thanks for 17 months. But yeah, that's definitely on the list to talk about tonight. I was wondering if anything wasn't on my list to talk about. So that's what I was.
Josh, if it was me, we could say yes. You're pretty thorough.
I try to be like I try to look right before we came, and I found one or two extra things I wanted to kind of bring up. I figured once John undid his cloak, but it must have like killed his camera when he did that. His magical power just didn't help out at all. But David, awesome! Thanks for 14 months, and thanks for hanging with us for that long and much longer. I'm sure 14 months, crazy. And remember to hit that like button, thumbs up, always important.
We're likable.
Yeah, I need a either maybe by that time I'll decide to get like a I don't know if I would get an Xbox X or a PlayStation 5. What would I go for?
Mine Luca used to have an Xbox. He gave it to his
I still have an Xbox, but not a X, not the newer one.
Yeah, no. I was lucky. I actually got a really good deal on mine. I got it after all the gouging finished up. I got it kind of I mean, late. Got it like last year because everything else pretty much all my systems crapped out. And I had to start playing Call of Duty. I started playing Call of Duty a couple of years. I used to play forever, and then I came back around to it last year, so I had to get it.
I think you remember when Fortnite did their like retro comeback?
Yeah,
about like
I never got
into
into Fortnite at all.
I went back and started playing because my son would play, and then a couple of his friends would play, so I'd play with all of them. So that was kind of fun. Like, and I always like Save the World, like the kind of mission based fun. Like you could play with people, but you don't have to play with people. All kinds of cool things. But this Funko Fusion looks cool because I always like the Lego games. I like the Lego Dimensions when they came out with that. That was a cool game, and I like Skylanders and things like that. So I think it's kind of a mix of a bunch of those kind of things. So I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a good one. But yeah, lots of stuff with that. So let's see. Here, I'll bring it up. Let's bring this up. Funko Fusion. So the cool thing is too, look at that Doc Emmett Brown.
I know, right?
Like he looks like crazy, kind of cool. It's a bonus outfit to offer. So there's some cool stuff that's coming. There's some chases. Also, it has been confirmed that this collectible includes a redeemable code or an in-game item from Funko Fusion. So it doesn't mean it's a whole character. It might be, but it could be just like a sword. It could be a weapon. It could be whatever. They don't say what it is, but it includes a code with it. So I think that's really cool that they had that. And I think I know your favorite here.
Yeah, I've been asked by several people what I thought about. I think that this is one of the. Listen to what I'm saying. I think that this may be my favorite He-Man pop out of all of our He-Man. Now, Scareglow is still my favorite of the Motu line, but I'm talking He-Man himself. Like I like the flocked one with the flock undies and stuff like that. There's some very cool, but I think this might be the best mold. I'm like moderately bummed that it's going to be in a fusion box, which is different, but I'm also happy just to get something new in the Funko verse for Motu. So I think this is pretty cool. The chase is also pretty crazy and cool. And that Scareglow, yes, it's a large pop. Yes, I'm going to get it. And yes, I'm going to take it out of the box. I'm going to have to. I don't really have any room anymore for any Motu stuff. So something's going to have to shuffle around over here.
So I went and ordered. Ralphie's had a set with the Chase He-Man, the regular He-Man, and all the other regular size pops.
Yep.
For a good deal for like $80.
Yeah, they did.
And then used my code Professor and got 10% off and things like that. So they had a really good pre-order deal. I didn't pre-order Scareglow, but I went on Amazon and pre-ordered him because he doesn't charge and he's shipped separate and different and stuff like that. I was like, I wasn't sure if I was going to get him, and then I saw the confirmation about the redeemable code. I'm like, oh, I need to get him now. So definitely one to pull up.
And I feel like they'll go. I feel like they're going to do a lot of these though.
Yeah, need to get him.
What's up, John? Yeah, I feel like they'll go. I feel like they're going to do a lot of these though.
Is your YouTube not muted, John?
How's everybody doing?
John, we're doing great. How are you doing? And do you have your YouTube running right now?
In the background?
No, it's not working.
Doing an echo? No?
Oh, wait. Talk now. I think you're good.
Talk now.
Can you hear us?
Now we lost it.
Okay, there we go.
You can only hear us delayed by 20
No,
seconds.
sorry. Trying to upgrade my life here. So my brother-in-law just custom built a new laptop for me, but the laptop wasn't agreeing with the new webcam that he got me and the new microphone. So I didn't want to ask him for help. I wanted to figure it out on my own. So I got it. I figured it out. We're good. And I'm a few minutes late because I had to take my Jeep into the shop, and the mechanic literally just dropped off the Jeep like at 8:58 and explained to me what the problem is and inevitably how much I will have to pay him in money. So it's a fun day.
He had to justify all the money he's about to take from you. He's
a family friend.
Fair.
Yeah, he's a family friend, so I know he's not gonna like screw us over. That he's actually correcting, or not correcting, but he's we had problems with the Jeep in Massachusetts that weren't completely fixed with the previous mechanic, so he's just supplementing that. I think everything was rushed in Massachusetts because we were just trying to get out of there. But anyway, how's everybody doing?
Jen, you know what I was going to say too? Listen, I don't want this to sound weird, but you look amazing tonight. This upgrade really did wonders for you. So I just have to, I got to put it out there. I got to say how I feel. Do you know what I mean? I feel like you look amazing.
Thanks.
I apologize for having to give you that compliment.
No, I'll
just keep it real. I just like to keep it real on this program.
I'll take whatever I can get. Hello to everybody in the chat. Jeeps are a money pit. You know, our Jeep has been very good to us so far, but he just hit 100,000 miles. It is making a weird sound right now, so we just have to get that sorted out because we are actually only operating with one vehicle at the moment. Joanna's vehicle did not make the cut for the move, so her car is actually still in Massachusetts. I just paid another month fee for the storage unit that it's currently parked at, so we have to go rescue her car at some point in Massachusetts. So did I get a haircut? I got a haircut like 3 weeks ago.
I was gonna say I could tell, but
I just been living. I showered this morning, so maybe that.
Oh, nice.
Just empty every pocket.
That's always a plus.
Yeah, I just heard that acronym the other day. Just empty every pocket with the Jeep. Like I said, it's been really good to us. I have a Wrangler. I love.
I was gonna say, guys, don't say that because ours is like at 5 years old now, and like it's time. It's all out of the warranties. We've got enough miles that we've got no warranties left. So I'm waiting for those bills to start rolling in.
Oh man, where's the mustache? I think the mustache is gonna be something we don't see for a long time. I don't enjoy having facial hair. I don't like facial hair. So, but anyway, talking about Funko Fusion, huh?
Yeah, I mean, are you thinking about getting any of these?
None of these particularly are lines that we collect, but that Skeletor on whatever
Scareglow?
Scareglow. Whatever pop creature that is a magnificent pop.
Yeah, they did a good job. I'm glad they added some chases, but didn't do a chase for like everything. It's Like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, they did an amazing job on the boxes. I feel like we'll be seeing more. I feel like this.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like this is one that as the characters get revealed and they come out, I think that this is okay. This can be a fun part of you could collect the whole line. It's smart on their part. I mean, I think that there will be a bunch coming.
I love that Funko was able to do and create a box style with the artwork and everything that it's unique. It's its own thing. It's not it's clearly not a regular pop when you look at it. And it's also clearly not an NFT pop, which I was kind of worried when we first heard about this. Like, are the boxes going to look similar to that? But they created, like, whoever the art design team with the boxes and everything, these look amazing. I mean, the pops are pretty awesome too, but
they did a good job with.
Yeah. I think sometimes the box art or the box style makes or breaks the pop, because you could have.
I totally agree with that.
You could have the coolest pop in the world if it's box and box art looks like any run of the mill. That's why I get so frustrated. Perfect example, the DC line, when they just put the Batman logo on the box for like any relative Batman character. It could be like a villain or a side character or a sidekick or something, and it's like, no, like give it its own unique box art. Like put a different logo. Like put some effort into it. Yeah, the Warner Brothers 100. Yeah,
they made the pops look cheap.
Which was weird that the Warner Brother 100 line didn't look good when the Disney 100 boxes were amazing with the silver lining and everything. Like those were beautiful.
You got to imagine. I feel like the Warner Brothers license is just easier all the way around. I feel like you don't have to jump through as many hoops as you do with the Disney license.
Yeah.
Just because of like all the NFT stuff, I just feel like it's a completely different animal. Not saying they don't care. I'm just saying maybe they don't care. Because the boxes, they don't look good. The new Transformer boxes, I don't love either. If we're talking about boxes, I didn't expect to talk about boxes. I don't love the new Transformer ones. Like they just came out with those couple new ones, and they look completely different to the other ones. And I hate when they do that, but it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah,
I'll be curious, like how these come out, if they're going to start doing some exclusives, especially for places like GameStop and Target, where the GameStop would be super popular. With
it would be a layup with GameStop, like
even Amazon though too. Like they're a huge seller of video games and that, but GameStop definitely. I'm surprised they already were. I guess they're getting this also give them a glimpse into who's interested in this a little bit as well too, like game wise, like how many retailers are going after this, how many the resellers are buying these to sell, how many can be sold, all this kind of thing. But I think this is really good for them to get a kind of pulse on this as well too, so they can figure out like next steps a little bit more as they keep building. And I'm sure they have the next wave plan whenever
they should. I'm looking forward to they came out with that Pop Blitz game for like cell phones, Androids, iPhones, that kind of thing. I've played that thing for years. I love that. I love that game. This game is a completely different, you got the first person shooter type of deal. I can't wait. I'm legitimately looking forward to this game because it's right up my alley.
Funko needs to crack into this area of not necessarily pop culture, because now you're crossing over into the gaming world. I still see a lot of, and like you guys definitely jump your input into this as well, because you guys both have kids. Josh, Jack he's a teenager, right? I mean, he's like
17. Yeah.
17, yeah. So, and then Vince, you have kids who are coming up on being teenagers and stuff. I still see a lot of a lot of kids, in public, clearly on phones more commonly, but like they're on devices like playing games, right? And then you see adults playing games on their phones. I think Funko could really crack like into a new level of hype and just popularity if they were able to. And this could be the first step. They have this Funko Fusion. It's not just a game; it's a whole outlet and a whole department of Funko now. If they could create some sort of little game, like kind of, I'm thinking like Candy Crush vibes, or like
John, they've had it for 5 years, 7 years.
No,
it's just the Pop Blitz is exactly like Candy Crush. but it's
right.
it's with Funko heads, and like you could collect the characters and stuff. Like,
no, I know, but they need to do that and do this on screen. So if they want to go back to Pop Blitz, like do the Pop Blitz, but make a game to where like if you get to a certain level, you know, you unlock like in a redeemable pop, and then that pop gets like shipped to your house or something. You know,
Jem, when they first came out with the Pop Blitz, they had because I remember playing it right from the get-go. They actually kind of hinted towards that, but they never came through with it. They did hint towards that, and if you go back in the day, they were hinting that there would be some
they were hinting, but they never did it. And if
they never did it, and they should have. Oh yeah, they should. I agree. I'm 100% with you.
If they did it like this and had like a Pop Blitz, for example, style box art, it was completely separate. I mean, then you could completely open it up to like have a little prize shop. If you get enough coins, you can get like a chase pop, or if you know you save up a ton of stuff, and if you beat a certain level, like you get like a limited pop that they only make like 1,000 of, and it's like the first 1,000 people to beat that level get that pop. Like I just think there's just unlimited possibilities.
Yeah, I agree with Mason here.
Yeah,
that's exactly what they should do.
This one really starts with Universal. Like most of this is under Universal license, and maybe like one or two others, but a lot of it is. But yeah, like you have Lego Harry Potter, you have Lego Star Wars, you have all these Lego games that are out there that they keep making more and more of. So once they figure out this, and I really think games like this, the key for them to do is have some kind of playability, not just in person when you're in front of the screen, but the ability to connect with others and play with others online is going to be huge.
And I feel like that. I feel like they'll. Hopefully, they don't miss the boat on that. I mean, just the game style that it'll have. I would hope that they've already got that in the works.
Yeah, work together on something and play together on something. I mean, I think that's why you saw so many things, and you know, the big thing with games is, of course, customization. So, you know, that's the whole idea behind like things like Fortnite and Overwatch and all these things, because yeah, you're playing and fighting and doing these, but you're also like, oh, I need to buy these outfits. Oh, I want to customize my player to have this special build, you know, this special look or this special weapon, and all these kind of different pieces and parts. So I think they really could have some fun.
Well, what was that, Fortnite, right? With all the skins that people collect and everything, like that's huge.
Fortnite, that's how they made millions and millions and billions of dollars. And really, you know, looking at that model, that works very well. I mean, things like Skylanders and Lego Dimensions and Disney Infinity, and those dealt with kind of this style where you're buying something, but they had to put it on there, but it sounds like you're just going to get a redemption code from these pops, and then you could keep the pop, or you could get rid of the pop if you got the code and sell it to someone else, I guess, afterwards, or whatever you wanted to. But I think having the ability to add some features by buying stuff like this is really cool. But I'm sure there's going to be a lot of just in gameplay editions as well. You're probably going to be able to use your Funko reward points to get something special, you know, like think of, you know, buying some kind of exclusive skin or an exclusive figure you can only get with your Funko reward points from the Funko shop, you know, those kind of additions.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where this goes, and I'm excited to play the game. Yeah, they did the that was weird. The Marty McFly in the hazmat suit. That was what, like a 2019 New York Comic Con, I think. And it just had the Pop Blitz sticker on the pop, which was kind of random. They never really explained why that was connected. So
a lot of other things came up, but I wanted to talk about this one a little bit, and it would be interesting because we talked a lot about Fundays last week, but I wanted to. This kind of came out, I guess, officially. Funko is not allowing any cancellation or name changes for.
Okay, all right. I'm so glad we're
Didn't
jumping.
They say that last year and the year before.
Can we just be real for a second? Can we talk about this and actually, like, come on? Are they checking names? Are they checking IDs? Because I've never heard of them doing it. And when we were at Fright Night, man, anybody who had a ticket. That's all they cared about. They were just looking at your ticket. They didn't care who you were.
Because really, what they don't want to be the police that night and have to like, what are they going to do? You know how irate people are going to be?
Yeah.
Like they don't want to deal with that. And I don't blame them for not wanting to have to deal with that.
This is the problem with this, because now you're hurting both parties. You know, I get it. Like they want to say only the people who got the tickets from the drop are the ones that should technically be allowed to go. But if I'm John, I love Funko, and I have $5,000 to burn on 2 tickets because I want to go so bad, then I'm going to pay somebody the $2,500 a ticket and I'm going to go. However, if I'm paying my astronomical ticket price on the aftermarket and I get there and then you tell me that my tickets that say, Mark the Flipper don't match me, John, I'm not going to get in because of that. Like now you're hurting people who spent their hard-earned money on the secondary market.
I think what they got to do is before anything, like let's say after NYCC this year, they make this official statement and say, listen, going forward, no tickets, blah, blah, blah. You can't say this now because it's like, it's good. You put it out there and maybe discourage or have some people that are going to be gun shy to spend the whatever amount of money. But, those people, like what they need to do is in plenty of time, because now you're hurting, like you said, you're hurting the people that are flipping them, which, who cares about those people? You're also hurting the people that really just want to go, and maybe they have the money set aside. They knew they were going to have to buy the flipper prices anyway, but they were willing to do that for the chance at this. You're kind of hurting those people too. So they need to just do it, get out in front of it. Like, let's say January or February, say, hey, listen, when they go on sale in June or July next year, there's not going to be any switching of hands and all this stuff. And then people aren't going to, now shame on you if you do it at that point, but you can't really do it retroactively after the point. It's just, I think it falls a little bit flat because they're not going to want to have to deal with this mess that night. It'll be a disaster for them.
I think the biggest problem you're going to run into with this is because it's not like an official ticket exchange, like Ticketmaster or StubHub or somewhere that can verify ticket exchange and like it's a digital ticket. Or, like when I go to our Orlando City soccer match, I have to have the app. There is no paper ticket. You can't have a screenshot of the ticket or anything like that. It's the app. You bring it up. You can save it to your like Apple Wallet or whatever like that, and you can check in that way. Because what the problem with this is now, that guy that just sold it for $2,500, you know what? He could go around and I'm going to sell another one for $2,500. I don't have to change the name. No one knows any different. I'm just going to sell another one. Whoever first gets in line there is going to be the one that's yay. And then the other 2 people that go later on are like, I didn't get in.
I think they realize that this is getting out of hand. And actually, there's been a lot that's happened just since we talked about this last week. Like tickets on the aftermarket are selling for ridiculous amounts.
These are the sold prices. One ticket for $1,000, but 2 tickets for $2,500, and that was, I think, that was just like a day ago, yesterday. That was June 26th. It was an offer. It was a buy it now offer. It wasn't a bid or anything. The other $1,000 one was a bid.
They have to realize where they're at now. They're not this small little, throwing a couple hundred people party for Fundays. Like they are, look at these prices. They have to treat it this way. They're going to have to step up the way that they do this and either go digital or go to like a Ticketmaster type of thing. I'm not saying they got to use Ticketmaster, but like something probably a little more official, make an official announcement for next year, because this is like their Super Bowl. Like this is a huge deal. And it's, this is not something that should go away. I think this is kind of what makes them special and kind of brings them back, but they need to, they need to do something with this. Cause it's past crazy. It's already gotten crazy. We're past the point of crazy.
And all it's just saying is no changing the name or cancellation. It doesn't say they're not going to allow someone in that has tickets that's under someone else's name. Like I don't think there was any statement about like
Yeah, there was no statement or anything like that. So Steven Down Under brings up a great point. He said, so instead of opening up to the public, why don't they offer it to more people in the Funko fan club first? If they sell out, most of those fans would probably attend. That's true, but then everybody would just join the Funko, fan club rewards program the night before. Like that's a good idea, but that's not a huge barrier to entry. I think the only way you get around this is Funko has to do more big events, which would only just generate more money for them. I just don't know if they have the staffing and the capability of doing that right now, because I think the reason that there's two reasons why these tickets are selling for so high. It's because of the items that are likely going to be given out at the event, which have significant value on the aftermarket within the following weeks of the event. Let's be real. People want to go to this event so they can get cool stuff that they know we as collectors are willing to pay astronomical prices for. I think a majority of people who go to Fundays don't keep the stuff they get, which I think is a real tragedy because they're not cherishing the items they got at a very unique experience. The other reason I think these tickets are going for so high is because this could be it. There's no Fun on the Run this year. There's no Fright Night that's been confirmed. Fright Night has been hinted at, but because there's no other big Funko event like this, everybody wants to go to it. Now, I don't know if Funko's sitting there going, because this event is so special and it's so unique, we don't want to duplicate it around the world, but why not have a European Fundays? Why not have an Australian Fundays, like an Asia Fundays, a Philippines Fundays? Like they don't have to call it
John, do you really think they should do that though? I don't think that they should do that. Like I said, this is their Super Bowl. You start doing that, it's feeling like every week in the NFL. I'm sorry for using the sport analogy.
No, it's okay, but I'm just saying people want to go to this event because they get to interact directly with Funko. I mean,
right.
If you guys,
but that's why people are paying what they're paying. People were complaining that Funko was charging $200 a ticket. Remember, Funko wasn't charging $1,000 a ticket. People are paying $1,000 a ticket. Funko was selling them for $200 a ticket. I don't think they make this like gigantic killing off an event like this. They really don't. If anything, I think they lose money.
They pay for.
I mean, you guys, but I'm talking about like the real people who are diehard Funko. Don't you think that most of these people, the people that can barely swing the $200, let alone the aftermarket stuff, if you're just, Joe the collector, and you're like, man, I want to go to Fundays. I got my $200. I got a ticket. Thank God. I can barely swing a flight. I can barely swing the hotel. Like, I bet you there's people there that don't have deep pockets that really just want to go there for the experience. And I've seen a lot of people post that they're going for the first time, and this is like a once in a lifetime dream for them, as it would be for myself if I got to go. But I think the reason that it's, put up on a pedestal is because we have nothing else to go to. I would love to go.
But are you saying that's good, or are you saying that's bad?
I'm saying it's both. And that's why I think it's contributing to this thing. I think it's good in the fact that it's driving up hype and prices and people want to go. But I think it's bad because you only have one big opportunity for fans of this company that we all know and love to interact with Funko and see a show.
John, see, this is the beauty of it. I love that we disagree on this. I don't think they should do more than one Fundays. Listen, Fundays, this is what we're saying, right? Or, and I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong, but I'm going to tell you what you're saying is wrong. And I'm just joking. But we say that they overdo things. I think if they start making a Fundays type event like multiple times a year, it is not going to feel the same. I feel like they did way too many Freddies over the last couple of years. The Freddies don't feel like the way that they used to. I feel like some of them feel a little bit rushed type of thing.
No, they're a little lazy.
You know what I mean? They're not as listen, I still love them. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not saying that I don't. And some of them are very like they're over, but then you get those run of the mill ones that we used to not get run of the mill ones. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So, and I'm not talking like the ones that I'm talking like for Fundays or like for Fright Night. Like there's some that have kind of fallen a little bit flat because of the amount that we got. I think if they did more events, it's worse. Now, with that being said, there are people with, let's say, a little bit deeper pockets that can afford the $1,000 a ticket. But that person that spent $1,000 on the ticket, who's to say that that's not their lifelong dream? Like this was they've saved money up. They have not been able to go to Fundays for the last 5 years just so they had this chance to spend the $1,000 so they could go. Because I feel like the people that are buying these on the secondary market, Like $1,000, do you really listen? You might get $1,000 worth of stuff, and it's going to be a good investment. But I feel like those are the people that truly want the experience. If I'd like to see them do anything, kind of like what we were saying about with the fan club members and that kind of thing, and they did this before. You had to be. Do you remember I'm pretty sure it was Fundays a couple years ago. You had to be part of the fan club or something like that, like more than 6 months to be entered for the lottery, I think is what it was. Do you remember that?
Yes.
They did the lottery for the boxes, or it was for the boxes or whatever it was for. I can't even remember. How am I going to remember? I'm old. But do you know what I mean? Like, I would like to see that. They should open up half the tickets to just the fan club members that have been that made a purchase in the last 12 months.
Made a purchase or been a member for at least 6 months or something.
Exactly. Like, open up half the ticket. I'm not saying give everything. Let the flippers still get a little piece of it, and let other people take, brand new collectors should have, you shouldn't have to be some elite status, like the forum members, and I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that too. They put their time in and they have their own whatever they're doing with the forum people. I don't even want to get into that discussion, but I feel like there should be some kind of segment of true fans, people that have purchased from this company in the last 12 months that are allowed to try to get a spot for this. I think that would just make it more fun. But I'd rather see that than them do multiple events, because I like that this is the Super Bowl of all events. It's Super Bowl for all of collecting, really, SDCC.
And I do want to get into Dave's comment about the legality of these ticket sales. We'll get into that in a moment. I guess what I was just trying to say, and using the word Fundays loosely, is I agree with what you said, Vince, and the fact that this should remain the Super Bowl, the event, the king event, with Fundays boxes, with take home boxes of fun, with all the goodies and everything. I just think that Funko should have other events where they don't necessarily go to the level of Fundays.
Okay, yeah, I like that idea.
They have like a couple exclusives, non-Freddies, non-Frannies, non-protos.
Just a couple protos that maybe they throw out into the crowd. You have maybe not even a meal type of thing, but a gathering. Kind of like what they did at C2E2, that panel that they did at C2E2.
Yeah,
maybe like zhuzhed up like that a little bit.
Yeah, something like that, or just like I'll use Canada for instance, because I feel like I know there's a lot of countries that have strong Funko followings, but I feel of all the countries in the world, I feel like Canada gets shafted the most just because they're right here, they're in North America, and they have a very large Funko following. And I think if you went to Toronto and Funko said, hey, we're gonna do some sort of cool like Fanatics, Frozen Fanatics Day Out or something cool in the wintertime, even though who wants to go to Canada in the wintertime, but you're doing it for the people that live there, and you give away some sort of exclusive, Bigfoot in a jacket Funko Pop that's flocked or something. Like, it doesn't have to be to this level, but if you make Funko more accessible, because I think it'll be twofold. I think you'll actually bring in more people by expanding the company's footprint on more regions of the world. And I think you'll also see maybe people like kind of back off of this event a little bit, and then it'll be really open to real collectors. My point is, as collectors, if we want to go to an event where Funko has a physical presence and they put on a show, this is it. This is your only opportunity. So yeah, people are going to save up. They're going to spend thousands of dollars on the aftermarket, because if you miss it at retail, that's it.
Jen, you don't think that C2E2, NYCC, and like some of those kind of, like, let's say they throw another 2 more cons in, and I don't even care if they have like a full-on presence, even if they had like a smaller presence at maybe 1 or 2 more, go down to Orlando. I know there's, you know what I'm saying? Like, go down to MegaCon and do something small. They don't have to run out a full line of, and I think that's kind of what you're saying. And they do that. They go to Brazil.
If they do more panels, yes, I agree. Something like that.
Yeah, but you're okay. I get what you're coming from now. You're not talking like have 12 fun days a year or something like that.
No, absolutely not. Like this remains the king event, but you're
not even saying Freddy's. Like, they might have an exclusive or do like a little party.
I agree with Funko 401. They did break a big rule with Freddy, in my opinion. Well, they did break it a long time ago because they've done multiple Freddy as Batmans, but they should really only ever make one Freddy as XYZ character. They should never duplicate it, especially with the amount of IPs and the amount of the infinite characters that we have for Freddie to do so. But yeah, I think just more con appearances, like go to Rhode Island Comic-Con and drop an exclusive again. And, it doesn't have to be like Mike Becker up on stage doing all kinds of craziness. Although like seeing him put on the level of show that they do for the Fundays events and Fright Night events and everything like that is fantastic.
Yeah.
I know Funko is still, they shrunk down their staff, because I know they let some people go. They're getting back to their roots, trying to be a smaller company, but like you can clearly tell, like the last 2 months have been eye-opening. So interesting to see on a global front. Funko is incredibly popular. There is still a demand for the product, and people are willing to shell out thousands of dollars to go to this one night event. It's wild right now. Yeah, come to Niagara Falls Comic-Con, absolutely. But let's jump into what Dave said really quick. Unfortunately, yeah, these ticket sales are not legal. You can't do this for just about everything else, concerts, and to my knowledge, I know most
states depends on the state you live in. Every state has different rules.
Yeah, every state.
But I think most states it's illegal, right? I'm pretty sure.
I don't think it's illegal in Florida. Like
I don't know if it's illegal here. I think you could stand outside the venue.
It sounds like Florida is the place to be.
I mean, California has been the strictest on it, and I think they actually had a big lawsuit against StubHub for it. The question would be, is it illegal? It one of the things it says is it has to. The venue or the organizer has to clearly prohibit the resale of tickets.
And maybe that's why why they made the statement.
Have it up, maybe, but they don't clearly say it. So what they could be doing also is it, and it's the weird thing of, okay, the event's in California, but you sell it, if two people, say in Florida and then Georgia, are selling to each other, is then that illegal because it's not in the state of California? The event is, but the actual sales didn't take place in California, so
sounds very
California can't prosecute maybe that. So it's all those kind of weird pieces and parts to it that make it so complicated to make anything happen with it. Now, if Funko came out and said we do not allow reselling of these, then there might be a bigger thing around that. But I don't think Funko has come out clearly with that. And that's
because why would they care? I'm just saying.
I don't think they care, but people could. People could care. Like there are people. There's an example was in Florida actually recently. There was a big concert down in Tampa, I think, and a reseller bought up 600 tickets.
Well, there's a big lawsuit with the Taylor Swift stuff right now.
Yeah,
too.
And Taylor Swift is a great example. Like all these, like people bought up all these tickets and then just sold them back to people for whatever, double the price or whatever they can do depending on where you're at legally. Like some states,
smart as a business, scummy as morals go.
That's a very scummy.
Very.
Yeah.
But people do it everywhere. Like that's why California created the law around it.
Well, I think
weird thing.
I think Funko just came out and they said this, and did they even say it on their own social media? Like
this is the only thing I seen that's.
This is the only thing I saw too, which also I find incredibly.
To someone.
I just find it incredibly strange. Like, and I think Diss Trackers does a great job of putting the information out there. But why isn't like Funko should be putting this on their own page? And
they might have it though. It might be in the fine print of something. Do you know what I mean? And they just blew this up.
It may be, but it just seems like the last 2 years, like a majority of the larger announcements that we get that are not directly tied to an item being sold has come from Diss Trackers or another news outlet. So I think it would be better if we heard it directly from them. And I also don't think they care. Like if they sell the tickets, if they sell all 5,000 tickets for retail at $200, like why would they care on the aftermarket? Like if they see tickets being sold for 10 grand, they'd be like, all right, great for the
there's not a whole lot they can do.
They don't see any of this money. If anything, eBay is getting more of a cut than anybody else.
Yeah.
Apparently it was in the terms and conditions. Yeah. And that's great and all, but if it's buried like that, it's not being pushed out there, and we wouldn't even be talking about it, frankly, if diss trackers.
I mean, only thing that's in terms and conditions are, I'm looking at it now, and I'll pull it up because the actual site comes up now. So if you didn't know that, I went on there and I was on their blog and I clicked on the link for where the tickets were supposed to be, and you can actually get onto the ticket page. There's no tickets there, but you can get on to what the ticket page was. I was like, that's kind of weird that it's still there. But there's also a place where you can enter a code. So I'm wondering if they're telling they have certain people that can go back and buy tickets there or something weird with the code. I thought this was super.
I doubt it,
because like there's a code, enter code, like apply.
Enter Shiver Me Timbers and let's see what happens.
Oh, I did it. I tried it.
You did Shiver Me Timbers?
I wanted to try it, see if it worked. It didn't work.
Josh, man, me and you, bro. That's what I would have entered.
That's the first thing when I was able to access this page. It's the regular page. The only thing I need to do is click on a ticket and
type in R with like 5 A's and let's see what happens.
Here's the terms and conditions. General terms: all items are non-refundable. All sales are final. Refund policy: all items are non-refundable. All
cancellation.
All items are non-refundable.
Okay.
Item transfer policy: all items are non-transferable.
Yeah, so that's what they did.
Of them. Nothing about.
Yeah, but they're not transferable. You can't sell them.
It doesn't say you can't sell them. It just
maybe Diss Trackers came up with his own wording, but basically what it means.
It says items are non-transferable, but if like the person you buy them from, if I buy them from, Matthew Smith, and all I have to do when I get there, if they really challenge me, I'll be like, oh, Matthew Smith is my brother. And I just, he just bought them because I was at work, and I'm here. I have the tickets, me and my friend, like we're ready to come in. Like, I think that if Funko was to actually like check IDs and everything, they would have to have people lining up 6, 8, 10 hours before the event. Like that process is insane. Like I can give you my tiny perspective from my job. Like when we go on cruise ships, like we have to watch and oversee customs checking every single passenger's documents. Any of you guys who have been on a cruise lately, you probably had your documents checked by customs, and that line, you're waiting in line for hours. It is not a quick process. So if they were to do something similar for these events, I mean, that could be a real problem. I mean, think about people that like can't wait in a line that long for those hours and everything. Like it could be a medical issue. So I on top of just like a pain just waiting there, and now you have to have crowd control, and now Funko has to pay people to verify someone's identity against their ticket. And then what do you do if somebody's identity doesn't match the ticket name? What are you gonna say you can't come in, and that person's gonna be upset? I mean, now you gotta have like a bouncer. Like it can get really ugly really fast.
That's what I'm saying. Could you imagine paying $2 or $3 for tickets and you can't get in?
I don't think if somebody shows up with a ticket, I don't think Funko is going to turn them away. That's just
Now this is what we talked about last week. Could they do something more like this to make it a lot more random and official? And
I don't see why not, because it was really easy and
it would be cool if it incentivized you to try to buy other things throughout the year through Funko as well too. Like if it helps your chances of getting in, improve it. So we'll
agreed.
See. I think they have some options there. We did also see.
Well, hang on. The last thing I want to mention before we jump on to some non-Fundays stuff, I got one more toss-up question for both of you guys because I'm curious to hear your thoughts. I already know Vince is probably going to disagree with me, but that's what this.
Let's find out. I can't wait.
About. Okay, if you're somebody who wants to go to Fundays, should they pay the astronomical prices on the aftermarket? Because that's one of the hot questions we've gotten over the last couple of days. People sending us listings or saying, "Oh, this person offered it to me for $1,500. What do you think?" Like, so what are your thoughts? Just blanket. Like, if somebody wants to go to Fundays and they have the money to pay on the aftermarket, to pay these scalpers and encourage people to do the flipping year after year and further prevent, theoretically further prevent collectors from going to this event without having to pay the astronomical price, should they do it?
I like the way you worded that question, because you made it almost sound like if I say yes, that it's bad because I'm supplying more to the flippers cause, which I understand. So
Yeah.
should they do it? Personally, I wouldn't, because like I'm not, if I I look at it like if I miss a drop, I'm okay with missing stuff. Like it's part of the deal. Like if I was, great example, when we went to NYCC, I wanted to be in the line. I wanted to get a spot in the line. I wanted to get whatever. There was a couple that I wanted to get. And here's my example right here. There was a couple that I wanted to get that I don't even remember from that con, and I got to spend the time anyway, so I still enjoyed myself. With that being said, what I have paid in the moment, I was offered a couple times different whatever to. There was no amount of money that like I tried, I didn't get in, I didn't want to do it. So me personally, and it's just, if people that have the money and just want to, like, I get where you're coming from. I wouldn't do it because I just don't kind of believe in that in general. Not even to make this big statement of I want to kill the
I was
flippers dreams. You know what
surprised.
I mean?
I'm surprised actually, because I thought you were going to say the opposite. I thought you were going to say, hey, if somebody wants to go bad enough, they should just pay whatever XYZ price
Like,
and go.
let's put it this way. I'm okay with, I wouldn't judge somebody for that. If somebody did that, they have the money and they wanted to go and they paid the money, I honestly don't have an issue. I don't have an issue with it because I don't have, listen, I run that fine line. I don't fundamentally have an issue with flippers personally. Morally, I don't like it. Like when you're, if you're buying one pop and you're deciding to flip one thing or two things, like we've all kind of done it before. We've traded pops that we just got for other things before. Like I'm not going to pretend like I'm the perfect person and never tried to do stuff like that. Now, people that clear out shelves, buy 8 of something, go through like backdoor situations to try to like maneuver the system, I'm just not okay with that. I never will be okay with that. Me personally, I wouldn't not do that. I wouldn't feed into the flipper mentality. I don't go and buy the stuff the same weekend for triple, quadruple, 10 times the amount. But would I buy one pop for $40 when they were retailing at 15? Like I would. And like, does that make me bad for kind of doing that kind of thing? That's where I'm saying I can't say that I would have necessarily a problem with it.
A $40 pop is different than a $2,500 pair of
But
tickets.
it's still feeding the same animal. Do you know what I'm
It's still
saying?
feeding the same mentality. Yes. Yeah,
right.
exactly.
And so like fundamentally, I don't have an issue with it. Personally, I do have an issue with it, and I wouldn't do it because I just, like, if I got in, it was meant to be. God
Right.
bless. $200, fantastic. I'm gonna have a time of my life. I'm gonna get pops that I probably wouldn't sell anyway, but it would be amazing. But if I don't get in, like, I don't need to get into everything. I'm okay with missing out. I'm okay with losing out. It's
Right.
what makes collecting fun. If we got I said it so many times on this, if we got everything that we ever wanted every single time, what is the fun in that? I know it sounds crazy, but really, what is the fun of it? It just wouldn't be exciting to me at all.
I'll say this though: if I got to go to Fundays every year, I wouldn't complain. If I just logged on and got my tickets, woohoo! That'd be good.
You wouldn't see me complaining.
Yeah,
I would absolutely love it.
What do you think, Josh? What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I think there's a price point always. I think $1,000 is ridiculous. Like for a ticket or a pair of tickets for 2,000 or whatever like that. I think some of the things that people, I think Mason posted it about him being offered $600 tickets, but you don't get to keep anything. Like you don't even keep. I think the guy put don't even keep the food.
You don't even get no sandwich. The waiter walks away. You got to give me your sandwich. Like that is that's a next level.
Like that's just ridiculous. Yeah. But if all right, so they went for 400, right? So if someone came and said for something, and someone came and said, "Hey, I'll sell you tickets for 600 because I know you'll go." And I want someone to go and experience this, but I can't go. I got the tickets, but I can't go. But I'll sell you tickets for 600 just because, whatever. I mean, they got to pay taxes, fees, whatever on it too. Possibility of it, right? Like, because you selling this puts you over that threshold of the government saying, "Hey, you know, if you're selling other things throughout the year, could put that. So it could be like, okay, I can see 600. Like, but I see $1,000 for a single ticket? No. I mean, it wouldn't be worth it.
So the reason I asked you guys this question is because I think we've gotten to the point that we are at because year after year, people have been kind of like the thought processes you just went through, Josh. Like, oh, okay, tickets were 200. Yeah, I'll pay 5, 6, you know, but like now we are at a place that, I mean, maybe it was like this last year and I'm just blocking it out, but I don't remember seeing people like $3,000. I'm seeing people ask $3,000 for a pair of tickets with restrictions. Like the restrictions just gets me like off the chain, like with the no stuff and everything. And you're just basically
there should be no restrictions. You're selling a ticket.
You should be selling a ticket.
Like that's it. Like, but I think the problem, I think the whole thing around this is how Funko has this set up. Really, it just feeds into the mentality until they say that it can't happen and be. They say you buy the tickets, you got to go. No refunds, no transferring. No, we're checking. You have to have this logged into this app. You have to be, you know, this person. We're checking IDs. Then it would be a completely different story. Then a lot of this would go away real quick.
Well, I think we'd have this more on the back end because there's people that are just trying to make their money on the front end with the tickets. That was kind of the second part of this I was getting to. So if Funko does say that, and my whole point of the first question, by the way, was just to say, like, maybe if you are somebody in the chat tonight, or if you know somebody who's thinking about going to this event and spending an astronomical amount of money on the aftermarket, if you do, you know, you're going to get to go and it's probably going to be a great time. But just remember, like in the back of your head, you just provided a service, or somebody, you know, you're basically just paid for a service that somebody provided for you by giving into buying these tickets for an astronomical price. It's just going to make next year's tickets go up. And I think you're going to see fewer collectors actually get to this event, you know, year over year. But if you get to that point, Josh, where you say, all right, Funko's checking IDs, they're checking tickets, they're verifying that the person who bought the ticket on the drop is the person here physically at the event, I think you're going to see prices for the items that they give out at this event be astronomical. Because now if I'm a flipper and I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to grab my flipper friend Fred, we're going to go to the event. We don't care about Funko, but we'll wear the hat, we'll scream, we'll yell, we'll figure out what's going on with this Mike Becker guy. We're going to get as much stuff at the event as possible, and then we're going to go back to our hotel room and jump on a live stream or go right to eBay and start selling all this stuff, because that's where we're going to make our money. There's two options or two opportunities.
I think that happens now, though. I think people are making it on the front end and the back end. I think that's the whole deal with it.
But that's what I'm saying. If you take away the front end, I think the back end will be twice as bad.
You know, I don't know if it will. Okay. I don't know if it will.
Always depending on what they give out, of course.
Because, like, listen, you said it wasn't as bad as this last year. Those 250 piece Freddies were pretty. I seen people pay $3,000 plus that weekend.
Well, I just meant for the tickets. I don't remember this being this bad for the tickets pre Fundays. But so yeah,
that's what I'm saying though. So they weren't making their. Let's say they weren't making their money on the front end last year. The pops were still.
Oh, the pops were insane. That's why earlier when you said that, you know, if I pay $1,000 for a ticket, am I going to make my money back? Heck yeah, you will. If they give out the rarity of items that they did last year, you could sell one 250 piece pop, which lots of people got in there. Some people got 2 or 3 250 piece pops.
And maybe it's the flippers buying the flippers tickets at that point.
Yeah.
You know, and that could be what it is.
I think you're seeing a lot of that. You're seeing a lot of you're seeing a lot of flippers buy the tickets, of course, from people, but also you're going to see a lot of. I think last year we didn't see as much, but there was a lot still going on. You just didn't hear about. You didn't see it on.
It wasn't as open out in the open.
Well, I think
this year people were just bleeding about it, which could.
I think the difference between this year and last year with the ticket sales is the people who are trying to sell these tickets are collectors, like people in the community who claim they're part of the community. Like they've kind of turned, they've seen an opportunity and they've seized it, and they're
money.
money changes people.
You know everybody. It really, unfortunately, does.
It's so sad.
It's the
Ron,
truth.
you might see these prices start going way down. At a certain point, if you can't go,
well, that's the other thing too.
You're gonna see. It's just like anything else. Like people, like you said, Flipper selling the stuff that weekend. If they didn't sell it that weekend at the astronomical prices and someone pays for it, well, each week goes by, it potentially could go down half, 50% more. So by next week or two, as we get closer to the event, someone's going to be like, I know I can't go. I'm not selling. No one's biting for $1,000 for this ticket. I'm going to try it for 800. Oh, no one's biting for 800. I'm going to do 600. At least I make 400 off of this, and I did nothing. You know, like I made 800 off a pair of tickets, and I did nothing but buy the ticket. So you might see some stuff like that happen as well too, as the prices go down.
Yeah, I mean, for closing thoughts for me, the way I mean, I feel like this with everything. Like, I like being a part of trying to get this stuff, and I want, what I would love is that that you have a fair shot at it, and really that's all that matters to me. Because then if I lose out, and that's why I said fundamentally, I wouldn't pay flipper pricing, but for me, I also don't care if people pay $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 for a ticket. I don't, because at the end of the day, if there's a demand for something and somebody has only a certain amount of supply, it's just the way that things are always going to be. People are going to always, there's somebody that's always going to have more money than the next person. I'm not willing to play that game. Because I can't afford it anyway. I can't afford, I got 2 kids that have already take all my money. I can't afford $1,000 ticket and fly out there and do all that stuff. I wish I could, but I just can't. But even if I could, I still wouldn't do it. If I got picked and I was going, I would have the time of my life, and I'm not looking to flip or do any of that stuff. But some things are just not meant to be, and that's okay. But if somebody else wants to spend $2,000 or $3,000, God bless them. It doesn't matter to me. I don't like seeing it, because I would love to say that all the $200 tickets went all to collectors that only wanted to keep the stuff. But guess what? None of this stuff would end up in any of our hands then. Because if they were all collectors like me, there'd be about 3 pops that are going to be available total, because everybody's a collector that wants to, just keep their stuff, or, even if you were getting rid of 1 or 2 things, it kind of works both ways. And at the end of the day, God bless the people that can afford it. And if you don't make it and you don't get in, I think that's okay too.
Yeah. Hunter made a great comment here. He said, I think there's going to be lower pieced items this year, and God, I hope not, because last year they did 100 piece for some pops. If they bring back like 24 pieces or 96 pieces or something, that's just
I don't mind if they bring 1 24-piece back, like something like that, like one in there. Just, hey, that makes someone's day out of that, someone's lifetime out of that. And yes, they probably will want to just sell it. Some people will, hey, it's just like pulling a 1-of-1 card out of a card pack, and it's like someone's rookie Prisma whatever card, and it's someone's going to give you $90,000 for this card, and you are a 21-year-old college student, and this card could go down because it's someone's rookie card. It's a good rookie this year.
Yeah, but he could twist his ankle, and that's it.
Get the $90,000 and put it towards your college, put it towards whatever you're buying, put it towards a car, put it towards a house, whatever you're gonna do, those kind of things. So I think there's a lot of chance with that. But
last Fundays question, and then we'll move on here. Funko News Canada says, what's y'all's take on someone paying the high amount for the NFT 1-of-1? Kind of just ties into what you said.
I think we already talked about this maybe a couple PFOs ago when it happened. I mean, it's experience though too. They know they get to go on stage during the event. Like, it's a more of an experience. You most likely you're also getting a 1-of-1 NFT. So those can go for crazy amounts in between there as well. And you're getting probably a proto of that, I bet you. It's a whole experience behind that. It's like you're paying for the experience out of it.
So. Yeah, I agree. All right, Jason Kelsey.
Yeah, finally our first pre-ordered Funko from Funko Shop directly.
Is this gonna sound weird that I was hoping it came with a sticker? Does that sound weird?
I was thinking the same thing, man.
I kind of was hoping it did too.
I know that. Listen, I know that sounds. Listen, all three of us agree, and doesn't it sound kind of dumb that we're even complaining about that? But I kind of feel like it should come with like some kind of a sticker that makes it cool. Just a special release. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like all the pre-orders should be that way.
I want to know how many they actually sold too. I want to know.
I think that's a huge miss on their part. If they said, listen, there was 1,500 or 2,000 or 3,000 or 30,000, whatever. If it's 30,000, it's 30,000. But that's kind of the fun about the pre-order. I was really hoping they'd put some kind of count or something on there. I just think that it would be. Why does that thumb always come up? I just think that would be better.
Positive reinforcement.
But this is cool. I've got one of these coming my way, and I'm looking forward to it. I like Jason Kelsey.
Yeah, I like him a lot better than Travis.
I wonder how many people invested in maybe like 10 or 20 of these to buy.
Well, I'm only going to flip 3. So if anybody wants it, $55 out the door. I'm joking. I only got one.
Probably a pretty good deal right now. So.
Might be. I don't know. 20. I just looked at my receipt today. $25. I'm surprised. I didn't even realize I spent $25.
And it comes in a pop protector though.
For $25, it should have a sticker, some sort of cool.
It should have a sticker. It should have came with a sticker, and they should have
grown men. Look at us, bunch of grown men complaining about a toy.
That's why I said what I said. That's why I said.
What does this come to?
A sticker on a Funko Pop.
I think it's funny at the icons pop with, but then it has like your order and it's the Eagles logo. I think that's kind of funny because they don't have the NFL anything on him, like, or NFL on actually. They would have to have the NFL sticker at least on there and all those kind of things.
Yeah, I mean that's why
all the licensing and everything.
This is a licensing agreement with him, and I think he probably made it pretty easy because he was going to charity.
And he didn't have to. The cool thing about it is he didn't have to sell them through his own site or do anything, like these comedians are doing now, like, Fluffy and everyone, they sell them through their own site.
Yeah, I don't think he was looking to make money on this either. I'm sure he just let them use the likeness, the pose, the whole deal, and charity makes a little bit of money. We got something cool and unique, and win-win-win, as I say. But I would have liked to seen a sticker. I'm sorry. Yeah, that is weird. We're grown men and we're talking about a sticker on a pop. But
it's part of the collectible. We were talking about the box earlier and the box art. Like, it's part of the complete package that a Funko Pop is.
Listen, all of our pops. Okay, this is gonna sound really dumb too, but all of them tell a story. Do you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's, hey, it's got a GameStop sticker. I had to go to GameStop. Blah blah blah. This is like, it's a pre-order. It's something that was the first. I would have liked to seen them do something with that, and hopefully the future ones they'll hear us complain a little bit. I'm complaining a little bit. It's not like it's the end of the world. I just feel like it should have had something there, but it's okay. I mean, I'm looking forward to it still.
Yeah.
And then we had
I think this
was announcement of Pop Yourself, Deadpool and Wolverine.
This movie better be good because I'm getting nervous because they're doing so much promotion for it.
I think this is a really cool idea. I'm glad they're going to let you do it at home as well, too. They just have a couple exclusive accessories, I think.
I think this is going to be the first time I pop myself.
You haven't popped yourself yet?
I haven't popped myself yet.
Oh, my God.
I was holding out for this moment. Now with Wolverine, I'm popping away.
There you go. It's cool.
I'm going to pop myself as Wolverine.
It's cool that they're doing this at the con too and everything through here. So I think this will be a really good.
I mean, in all sincerity, one more time, I've really liked a lot of the decisions Funko's been making over the last 6 months. I think this is another one. This is like, I don't know whose idea this was, but I feel like this brings excitement to the con as well. Like, this was such a smart.
Yeah.
Now we'll see how they execute it, because I feel like it could get, maybe not executed perfectly, because I feel like this is a big undertaking.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I love the idea. I love that they're trying to do this. And what they said, if you did this at the con, I think that's how you were going to get the little extra side pop,
Yes.
whether it be the pet or something like that. But you can't do. It's not going to be available for the people at home. I think that that's cool. I think it gives somebody that gives them the incentive if they're going to the con to do this versus just ordering it at home. So I love this. I thought it was executed very well. Now we'll see how the execution of the execution went or goes. But I thought this was great.
No, it's perfect timing because it's right around the release of the movie. The movie literally comes out that weekend too, so it's perfect. Whoever thought of it, I heard Pop Yourself is one of the most profitable things that Funko has here in 2024 so far. So hopefully they keep it going. The 2-packs recently was a genius idea. I think if they keep looking for new ways to make this innovative, I think they should do it for New York Comic Con. Like make a tiny little Statue of Liberty or something that's exclusive that you can only get if you pop yourself, inside your box or something, like make it fun.
The cool thing too is they're going to do a special box even for the con too, which will make it really cool. So, if anyone wants to create, if anyone's going and wants to create us, let us know. We'll probably pick a character.
Yeah, you could create me. You're allowed.
Yeah,
you could keep it too. I mean, I'm not saying you got to send it to me. Just send me a picture.
I hope this goes well because if it does, they'll do it for more movies.
I think they'll do it for more con, like specialty things that you can only get there. I think that's a super custom stuff that you can only get at the con. It reminds me of getting even going how you could go to the stores and get them. I think this idea of like this is the only time you can do this is really cool.
This is kind of what, like, to piggyback on what John was saying. Like, I think go to a couple of the smaller cons, just taking something like this. Just take the Pop Yourself thing on the road and do that at some of the smaller cons. Just have like the little bit of a presence there. Maybe do.
I mean, they need to sell,
something.
I was in a
huge money maker.
it was actually kind of funny. I was in a I shouldn't have been there, but I was. It was late at night.
Oh, this all sounds bad so far.
Bad decision. So I'm friends with, as you continue on in our whatnot journey, and this is a little sidebar here, but I'm very good friends with a lot of other sellers, just like I'm sure you guys are. Everybody has their favorite streams that they go into. So I'm very good friends with this one guy who sells Lego minifigs. I know it's very bad. Anyway,
I've heard you talk about him.
He was so excited. I went into his stream and he was so excited. As soon as I came in, he showed me that his kids actually popped him for Father's Day, and he was so excited. It was his first Funko Pop or whatever, and he was going to start collecting and everything. So I feel like the Pop Yourself is just genius, and it gets anybody into the game. So it was just, I was having so much fun in the stream, and I was like, man, whoever finally got Pop Yourself off the ground, they did so well, because it is literally something that like anybody can enjoy and love as a gift, as a wedding topper. Like there's just unlimited possibilities. And I think it's so great because people talk about Funko in such a positive manner when they do, bring up Pop Yourself. So,
yeah, I think they did really well with beating a super wide audience with it. Like that's the great thing.
You can't do that. You can't do that with every collectible out there. Like there's, a lot of things that are very niche and they're not relatable to, mass markets the way Funko has done. So, Chase Chaser, you are not the only one who isn't excited for this movie. I actually know a lot of people who are kind of over Deadpool, over Ryan Reynolds, not really excited to see Hugh Jackman come back. I am excited for this movie. I'm
excited for Hugh Jackman.
I want to be Deadpool. I want the Marvel experience. Like I'm excited to go to the theater again. I want to be blown away with a new story, a new twist, a good movie that ties into a larger universe. Like we haven't had that in a while. Like we've kind of beat the Marvel dead horse a few times here on the live streams and stuff. Like Marvel needs a comeback. And if this is going to be the start of their comeback, I'm all for it. I went to the mall yesterday and I just noticed that there was just every store I felt like had some sort of Deadpool promotion. So I just really hope it's good because I'm like, man, you know, they got Deadpool at McDonald's and the Happy Meals. It's everywhere. So, you know, sometimes when like they over promote a movie like Ghostbusters, I felt like Ghostbusters was everywhere and I didn't see Ghostbusters because we were busy, but I heard Ghostbusters wasn't that great. So I just think it's really sad sometimes when you just see the movie everywhere and then it doesn't perform, you know.
So we have our next, I guess, pop that has been revealed for already.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, but this thing looks really cool.
It looks cool. Seems like a very simple name, like Flame Wingman. Like nothing crazy.
Yeah, it feels like
I think you can pronounce this name, John. You can pronounce this one.
I think I can. Elemental Hero, Flame Wingman.
Yeah,
got it. Nailed it. Now, name. Cool. What does it say at the top of the box?
I can say Yu-Gi-Oh.
Good job.
Thanks. And now I've seen. All right, let's get into this because we've talked about Fundays quite a bit. We've talked about all the debacle with the tickets, and you know we don't know, you know, what we're gonna find. You know, we don't know the Freddies or whatever the exclusives are, likely up until, you know, the day of with Fundays and everything. But the regular San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, I've been seeing a lot of people saying they feel very underwhelmed as to what we're getting so far, and I can't help but kind of agree. I'm not even whelmed. I am a little underwhelmed at what we're getting so far. What do you guys think?
Well, do you collect anything that they've announced so far?
Yeah. Yes, I collect Star Wars, and I am very underwhelmed with another Darth Vader.
Which Darth Vader today? Which one was it?
He's got like a red glow. It's kind of like from the scene in Rogue One where he boards the Tantive 5.
Yeah, that's right. That is underwhelming. Yeah. I honestly, and I like that bronze one better, the Amazon exclusive.
Yeah. I don't.
Okay, yeah, fair. Okay, fair. Yeah, I was underwhelmed by that one as well.
I can't say I was that overwhelmed with anything from last year's San Diego Comic-Con, really. Like it was all right. It was, but I don't think it was like. I think,
you know what I also hate?
I hate that Fundays throws it all off. Really, Fundays overshadows it with so many great things that come out during that time too. Like
I hate how we get these leaks though, all the way leading up to it. It
didn't used to be like
takes a wind out of the sails for Funko.
I'd rather just see it all at once.
I'd rather see it.
Remember, they would do the reveal week, like the week before, and like every like 20 minutes they would post a reveal.
Doesn't it feel like everything leaks out way ahead
of time now? Yeah, everything leaks, and it's always like blurry pictures or eBay now. Before, in years past, you might have seen like one leak, and then that was it. So I don't know how these pops are getting out there. Like, I don't know if they're getting put into the retailer's hands like super early.
And it's a shame because I feel like it takes a lot of the luster off of everything because, like, okay, we're underwhelmed so far. Like, I thought that Batman Superman pop was kind of.
I do really like that. Sorry, the Batman.
Yeah,
Superman,
so like it started off kind of cool, and then you got a bunch of. Listen, I don't collect Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh collectors might think that this is the best thing since sliced bread. I mean, I just don't collect it, so I don't know. But like, yeah, the rest of the stuff is underwhelming, but we're not getting the whole totality. It's kind of like judging the Acolyte after listening to the reviews and not watching it first. You got to watch a few of the episodes and then make the decision once it all plays out. Because I'm not even going to get into it, but you got to sometimes give things a chance before you say you're overwhelmed or underwhelmed or whatever whelmed. I think that you kind of got to see the whole body of work, and the dribs and drabs so far. Yeah, I've not been blown away, but maybe they're keeping the good stuff out of these people's hands, whoever is getting a hold of this stuff, and we're going to see the best for last. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I agree with Chase Chaser, and no disrespect to anybody who does work in the Star Wars department at Funko, but it's been rough last couple months. It's been rough. So I don't know what they're doing over there. We definitely don't need any more Vaders. It was last year, right? We got the young Leia with Lola Droid. Like, that was perfect. Like, they didn't do a common release of her. That was a con exclusive.
Yeah, that sold horribly, it felt like.
Yeah.
And that's what I hate. Like, they feel like Funko feels like they have to stay super mainstream with their main IPs. Like, I would bet anything we're gonna get some sort of kind of, you know, we're gonna get a Deadpool exclusive. Like, there's just no way we're not going to get one. Like, we're gonna get a Deadpool. It's gonna sell well. It's just I feel like they have to stick to their main, like Batman, Superman. Those are two mainstream characters that, you know, like I don't know how that was so weird for C2E2. Like the Green Lantern like sold out or whatever. Like that didn't make any sense. They must have only put up like 5. But it seems like they don't feel like they used to do it with the old days. They used to put up like obscure characters as San Diego Comic-Con exclusives and New York Comic-Con exclusives, and people loved it. And now I guess they think that is it going back to your point, Vince, where just Funko is just so big now and so known, they feel like they have to cater to what the mass people
Jen,
see.
I don't think it's Funko, and I see Aussie Pop and Paul said the same thing, and I've said this multiple times. I don't think it's Funko that's saying that we got to produce another Vader. I think that the licensing that they have set up with them, I think that they're not allowed to probably do everything that they would want to do. To the point, like I feel like they finally were able to talk them into doing some of the, like, why did we all get all these clone troopers in the last like 12 months, but we did not get one clone trooper for the last like 7 years? You know what I'm saying? Why did that happen? I feel like finally somebody was able, and maybe it was Funko having to go to bat. I don't think that they just woke up and said, hey, you know what? I think that they want 12 different clone troopers now. Like after everybody complaining about that for 6 and 7 years, I feel like that at some point, like they have to probably pitch whatever they're gonna. And I feel like Star Wars, I feel like Disney, I think that they hold their license very like they don't have free reign to do what they want to do. And probably Marvel even is the same thing. Like what you said about Deadpool, it's not that they necessarily just want to put out another Deadpool, even though they probably do want to put out another Deadpool. They've done 42 Deadpools already. But I think that they're told with a lot of these things on what they got to do. And I think like Vader is just, there is no way that they're saying, let's do another Vader for SDCC. And they just showed like I said, that bronze Vader. And they had another Vader not that long ago in the Funko. Like, there's just no way.
Same day. It was so weird. It was the same day. The San Diego Comic-Con.
We got Pumpkin Hands Vader coming out soon, which we'll probably talk about.
Yeah, and Joanna showed me that. Yeah, we'll get into that later.
I'm probably buying that, but whatever.
I hate myself.
So we are already going to see Funko Airways. I mean, they're going to reuse all they can.
Do you have a slide with like talking about the video that they put out?
No.
Like for it's okay. So I'm glad we have this slide. So I like that they're doing the theme, because some people are also asking like, what is Funko doing? Because they're doing the pirate theme for, you know, Fundays and everything. Are they still doing the Airways theme for San Diego Comic-Con? And they are. And I think it's great that they're continuing the theme like they said they were going to, from C2E2 to San Diego Comic-Con and now to New York Comic-Con. I would love to see. I'm a basic guy. I would love to see Freddy in the airplane as a pop ride. How awesome would that be?
I mean, they're going to save a lot. I mean, they do this because it actually saves them a lot of money. They buy the whatever setup they get custom built for all this they're going to put up at the con. They just have to have it shipped to the 3 different cons. C2E2, San Diego, goes into storage, and then gets shipped to New York.
SDCC
looked different. Have to rebuild it.
SDCC looked a lot different than what was at.
It's probably going to be somewhat different, but they're probably going to use a lot of the
Yeah, you're still using a lot of the right.
Yeah, they're going to have more. They have more space at San Diego Comic-Con, I think, because they have the last year. Last year was huge compared to even where New York was. It was a whole town last year at San Diego Comic-Con. So, with the pop yourself stuff and all those other things added too. But I just figure it's cool. They're going to go with this theme. We're probably going to see some cool, hopefully New York related exclusives for this. I think they always do well with that.
So Chase says, I think the same theme for all 3 cons is lazy.
I'm okay with it.
I kind of like it, because if they do something different next year and they build on it and, you know, make it cool, like they had at the C2E2 panel, like they gave away those cool pins and stuff. And like, you know, they had the pilot Freddy and
they had the passports. And I know that can be kind of gimmicky and cheesy or whatever, but I think that it's kind of fun. People made their own stamps and
Yes.
are doing that. Like that makes it fun. It just I thought that I personally I thought it took extra thought to like think of something that they could use throughout the cons and kind of tie all the cons together. I personally think it was a great idea to do it this way. Now, I could see where it could get lazy, but I think that this was a pretty well thought out plan that they did. I actually enjoyed the way that they tied, the main cons that they're going to together. I'm okay with that. I like what they did this year with it.
It's a lot of work, and
it's a fair. I'm not saying your opinion.
To Josh's point, like if they can save some money, I didn't even think of that. If they can save some money by doing the same theme, by shipping all the booth stuff and everything from place to place, like maybe that's more money that they can put towards creating better exclusives, like having other, giveaways and stuff. Like who knows? Like making cool posters. Like I'm so into the posters now. It's
well, they
crazy.
gave away a lot of stuff at their booth at C2E2, right? They had that whole where you go up. They didn't do that at New York. Like they did a couple giveaways where they came out. They didn't have this whole like system where all the way that stuff.
Yeah, NYCC when we went, like I don't know how it was last year, but when we went, it was set up a lot different. It wasn't out in the open as C2E2 was. And I don't know how it was last year.
Well, I think it's good too because for at least New York Comic Con, like we've gone a few years now, and I feel like the theme is always Halloween or horror or fright or like it's always that, and it's for the simple fact that New York Comic Con is always in October and it's always near Halloween. So I feel like that's always the theme. So I think from a New York perspective, it's good because now it gives us a little bit of spice. Next year, personally, I hope they do space. I think doing a space theme would be killer for all year, and you could have some crazy exclusives. You could do astronaut, Freddy, and all kinds of wild stuff. Alien. I think that would be awesome.
I like that.
You do like a jungle theme one year. Like you could really just go all out,
Man, we're giving free brainstorming. I like that.
It's all right. If they do space next year, though, I will say,
just
like we called
John
it.
Said it here first.
We called it.
So I want to address this question real quick. We have not heard, and I'll be curious because recently the Jumbo Jan one shipped out, and people were saying they got no kind of notification about it. So I wonder how well they have this together, because it's not through our regular Funko account, which I kind of think stinks. It should be tied to that still, but it's not tied to it in any way because of how we signed up for it. So who knows? It might show up tomorrow. You never know. Or it might be like 4 weeks from now.
Yeah.
I don't know at this point. So drop this week. A fun drop. We talked a lot about the pops and that. But this drop was about I think almost 50% burned.
It was over. I think it was a little over 50%. Again, I wasn't, because of the drop exclusive thing, I wasn't surprised. I mean, honestly, they burned almost the same, if memory serves, as the Disney. Actually, the first Disney drop. Actually, the first Disney drop, they might have even burned a little bit more. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
So I wasn't surprised.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you guys surprised by that?
No,
like I wasn't.
No,
surprised.
This is kind of what I expected with it being drop only.
But I will say that makes most of these, all the legendaries will be under 1,000 most likely.
Yeah,
even if more packs are open.
It is great.
Ultra will be probably 2,500 ish, somewhere. So 50%. So pretty much everything's 50% of what it was, if you really think of that point. So your Grail will be probably maybe 500-ish.
Yeah, but everything's going to be about half. And like I said it, we've been saying it for the last year or so. When stuff doesn't completely sell out and there's the burn, you're just getting a more limited piece. If you were interested in this and you took part, I mean, you got a chance at some of the lower stuff. You guys could go see our video today to see how we did, but full disclosure, I picked up the Flint Heart yesterday, 2 days ago, the day of the drop, for $14.95. Some people bought it for $9 with the free shipping. Like that, I mean, you guys could go look what people were paying for it, like $10
$10 is about the price I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah, so they've been hovering right around 15. I picked up 2 because for $15 and it's shipped for free, that's like a $10 pop with $5 shipping for a 2,500 piece. And for me, and I said in our video, Flintheart was my favorite out of this entire run. I love this. I love this set personally. I love that they did villains that none of these have pops.
Yeah.
I think this was a perfect NFT drop for a Disney collector. Unfortunately, anytime they do drop only, I think it's just I know NFTs have been around for a long time. I think they're just it's a big barrier that people just are not willing to get over. So I think that they're always going to have a hard time selling out, even if it's a really good IP and really good pops, because I think that this is a good IP and I think these were good pops. But and yeah, no Freddy. There are people that only participate in the NFTs for the Freddy.
The royalty. I think it hurts the royalty a lot of times.
For sure. Oh, I think for sure it does. And
but I think not having a Freddy is critical for a lot of these NFT drops. Like I think we need to have less Freddies. I think it's just.
I just don't think we're gonna get it with anything Disney, Star Wars. If they ever do Marvel, I don't think we'll see.
Which is fine, because then that leaves, I feel like, opportunity for more excitement when San Diego Comic-Con comes around. Like if you just not give out, but if you drop a Freddy every 2 weeks in the latest NFT pack, I just feel like exactly what you said, Vince, in the beginning of the show. It's just then Freddy doesn't become as special.
So, but
yeah, I'm with you. I like that there's not Freddy's all the time. I'm fine with that.
I think the royalty though on this one is going to be really low too.
I do too.
I'm guessing maybe 600, 700 maybe, but I don't think a ton of people are going to go after him right away. I went ahead and grabbed some of the epics really early because I was like, I just want to have some royalty sets, and I don't know what prices will go to once things kind of calm down, because there's so limited of packs left to be open. I think at a certain point too. It's not like other ones where there's still 10,000 packs that haven't been opened or burned or anything like that. People are holding on to or trying to resell or whatever. But if you want these, I would go ahead and say grab some of these at some of the prices they're going for now, because I don't think these will ever hold these prices once they actually come to the market. I really think like Flintheart for $15, a regular price of a pop, and if it's a 2,500 piece, I don't think it'll ever just stay at $15, and you're getting free shipping on it and those type of things. I think it's really good.
Even if it does stay at $15, that's a beautiful pop.
It's a great pop. I mean, for $15, you're getting it at retail. But I mean, even after that, like buy 2, sell the one, keep one for yourself, sell one later, whatever you're gonna do. Squirrel it away for. That's the thing about these. Like I think the first Disney run, some of these runs that are so low, like the sticker number isn't reflecting at all near it.
No.
And it'll take 3 or 4 years, and then people realize there's not that many of these out here. How am I gonna and they'll forget all about people paid $15 for it on. People pay $12 for a pop, $10 for a pop all the time that are 3 or
this is a 2,500 piece.
Yeah.
Pop. Yeah, Michael, I saw your video too. Go watch Michael, guys. Go watch Michael's video as well. Funko 411. He opened up 25 packs. So if you want to see pack opening, go watch his. If you want to see 6 packs and be done with it, watch ours. We both did about the same. I'll just say that. I'm not going to say, oh, well, Michael already said he did pretty bad. Go watch his video anyway, and then you guys can watch ours, and you can see how we did. Wasn't the best.
Speaking of no Freddy's. No Freddy.
And speaking of probably another 50% burn or 60 or 70%.
Small run. Yeah, this is going to be a tiny run.
Yeah, there's only 16,000 total packs.
Which as it should be. Like I don't what is Darla? I don't know. I don't know Darla or Daria. Daria.
Yeah, you are. This would have been when Vince and I were early teenagers. Teens. So you weren't even alive, I think, at this point.
No, you wouldn't have.
So Shannon, funny enough, Shannon just bought. We were at a comic book store, you know, Funko and everything. She just bought a Daria little keychain pocket pop. But I don't know. This one, I'm like, I could buy 2 packs, or maybe even no packs, and just buy.
This will probably. I'll probably buy none of these because I don't want any of these redeemable.
Well, I think I would buy Daria for like Shannon or something like that. You know, like so I'm
Yeah.
just gonna buy it, kind of thing.
No, listen, you guys. Listen, you guys would. I mean, I think Shannon would collect these. So I think if you got a like, if I got these,
I don't know if I'll get any packs though. Like that's the thing at this point.
Yeah, is it going to be? This is going to be an interesting one because I feel like this is going to be the least amount of packs purchased.
Small, yeah.
Even though there's only 7,000 standard and 9,500 premium, which is a very small amount, less than April Fools, I think. Is it less than April Fools? I want to say that it is.
I think this
April Fools sold out. I think that these, I would be surprised if they sell half the packs. You know, and I've been surprised before. So like, who knows? Maybe these sell out. But
I'm surprised how much April Fools did sell out, but how much those packs have gone down.
You know why though, Jess? I think that people were looking to flip those, and the price never went up like the first series of April Fools went up. I think that that's what it was as far as that goes. I don't think anybody is trying to flip these. I think the people that actually want these are going to purchase them, and I just don't think it's going to be a huge clamoring for it. But even at that, like, I think we're going to, I don't think Funko is naive. I think if they sell, let's say 50% or 40% of these, I feel like they're still making money and they know that. So it kind of shows.
Win is a win.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like they don't need to sell out, I don't think, to still churn a profit, which
I mean, yeah, they could sell these. I mean, instead they could say, oh, we're going to sell these for $15 on the Funko shop. And only make
it kind of goes back to my theory though of the market is going to set the number of pieces. Do you know, like if this Daria only becomes, which one is the Grail? I don't even know which one the Grail is, but let's say it's a 250 piece Grail. Is that not kind of cool for a niche pop? I think that's kind of cool.
No, it is, and it's great.
I still don't want it because I don't collect it, but
it's great for that really pocket of collectors who like Daria. Like it's exciting. It gives them something to chase.
Right. Well, and I think that is perfectly fine. I don't look at them as big losses. I get the perception, you know, when there's not sellouts, but let's say let the consumer set the market for these. We'll buy as many packs as we're gonna buy, and maybe we're gonna have a 250 piece pop, and I think that's super cool. So
Jane Lane is actually the Grail. She's 99, and then royalty is Trent Lane. So Jane and Trent are the.
Wasn't Trent the cool guy?
Yeah, he's the guy with the guitar there.
Yeah, everybody wanted Trent.
Going on. Got the soul patch happening, and then you got the cheerleader Brittany. She's a legendary 1800, and Daria is a legendary 1800 as well. So, I mean, 1,000-piece Daria, and if you look at the first Daria pop, I think she holds some decent value. That was a con exclusive.
Yeah, Daria was like a $50 pop that I never could sell for $50, and I remember having 2 or 3 of them at one point. We didn't eventually sell them all, so people, you know, it's just a niche.
Yeah,
it's a niche thing. You know what I mean? And I
niche. Yeah,
it's fine. I think that's fine. I'm glad. This might be a little bit too niche to do an NFT drop for, but like I'm not hating it either. I kind of like that they do, because I hope they do some other obscure stuff that like I would be interested in. And you know, these maybe I'm not, but I know that other people are, and you know, good for them. I think gonna get some nice low piece.
2019
Daria.
2019 New York Comic Con. Yeah,
was it that long ago? Wow,
far back. Now there's some more recent ones that have come out. And I think that's what these tie into, is the more recent ones that have come out recently.
Daria showed up in Beavis and Butthead a couple times, correct? That's where she's like this. She was a spinoff of Beavis and Butthead, correct?
I believe so.
That's what I remember. You guys can correct me.
It was the same MTV timeline too, like, so it would be interesting to see how this goes.
I'll be curious.
Before Chase
then,
comment goes too far away, I also would really love a medieval Fundays. That would be so cool.
That would be fun. Here's a medieval Batman.
got a
Gives me that
Batman.
vibe.
It does give me that vibe, like a vampire slayer Batman or something.
Is it a path or smash?
This is a pass for me.
I really like the box. I like that little Batman logo down there. I assume this is what the 85th anniversary boxes are going to look like.
Probably.
I believe you're right.
I don't know. Probably a pass for me.
Gonna pass.
Also, we're in a weird position right now. I'm like, our entire collection is in storage, which bothers me so much. Like, I'm sure there's a bunch of other people in the chat who have been through this, and not that it's like, you know, oh, first world problems, like boohoo, like all of his toys are in storage, but it feels so weird. Like, kind of like Vince, you were saying that you know, every pop tells a story, and when you have like such a big part of your life that you've worked so hard to, you know, to amass, to attain, it's just locked away and just in boxes and in a dark hole somewhere. Like, it legit feels like a piece of me is missing. It's so strange. And every time I see a new pop, I'm like, do I want that? Do I need it? And like, I can't even turn or like go down to my collection room and be like, you know what, that pop would look good. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get that. So I'm in a weird,
that's tough.
I'm in a weird position right now.
No, I'm
yeah.
It's tough.
I mean, a lot of my, like, other than a few key Star Wars pieces, are in storage. So I was like making room for Marvel, and now I want to take some of my Marvel down and put some more of my Star Wars back up. And like, I don't have a basement like you guys had.
I got my squirrel away area.
The only thing I have is we have all the Freddies, and I couldn't put the Freddies in storage.
No,
all the Freddies are in bins in the garage.
I wouldn't trust them in storage.
No.
I'm scared for my Star Wars collection. I go to the storage unit, if not every other day, every day, because I'm just so scared of something happening to it. Even though we have a $500,000 insurance policy on it, it's still like, ugh.
No, I hear you.
So we got a new Master Splinter here, and the Ghost of Splinter, right? And that
I usually don't like this kind of pop, but I kind of like this one. This is kind of cool.
Yeah, I think this is interesting. From which movie? Which number is this? Is it 3 or 2? I don't know.
This one might have been the one with the weird animals that were not Rocksteady and Bebop. The bird one and the other one.
You mean? Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Wasn't my favorite. You know,
This is one where he got.
No, I think it was the one with Vanilla Ice. This might have been 2. Was it 1?
This is one where he's a ghost like this, like the spirit of. I don't know.
He shows up.
In the fire. Okay.
Yeah,
right.
It's been way too long since I watched any.
Yeah, I haven't watched the movie in a long time. You know, God, am I gonna get these? I don't know. I'm running out of room with my turtles.
I like the Splinter, but I don't. The turtles are okay. The turtles are. They're in different poses and stuff like that. But how much?
Yeah, because we've already got like 3 waves now of turtles, plus all the black and white ones with the chases, the PX. Like, man, we got a lot of turtles.
Maybe this is not the ghost of. This is when he comes back with like the fire, like, and okay. I think I remember
when they're sitting around the bonfire. Is that when it was?
It's like when they're in their farm. And Shredder has
when they're at the farm healing up. Michelangelo or Raphael were in the bathtub.
Way too long since I've seen this movie.
Yeah, I gotta go watch it again. John's like, what are you nerds talking about?
I have no idea. I have nothing.
Completely spaced.
I'd rather I know what the one you're talking about, Vince. You're talking about 2 with Vanilla Ice and the 2 other monsters.
There's that giant bird thing and something else. I didn't like those guys.
Chalice keeps putting out more pretty awesome anime pops here. We got some more chases, including their pre-release stickers, and then their chases, and they're doing some bundles. They're pumping out their exclusives.
So this one's kind of cool. So the dark-haired one, the chase is the
blonde with the green
blonde
eyes.
one. Yeah. That's kind of cool. I like that.
And the other one,
different
that
box,
glow,
different
is really
everything.
cool. So I think there's some, they're putting out some good stuff at Chalice. They're getting some good exclusives.
Yeah.
And they seem to sell a lot of them. So I have, these look good for Dragon Ball Z pops too. Like Dragon Ball Z aren't like my favorite anime looking pops. So like I feel like I like a lot of other ones, even if I don't watch the anime. There's some but these look really good for Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. No, they all look good.
This is awesome. I love this so much.
Gamer Angel.
We only have one Angel pop, correct? In
Yeah.
the 3-pack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
Now
cool.
we got.
I love that she has big ears, but she's also wearing ears. Like,
This actually is a fantastic. This is a fantastic pop. The more I'm looking at this, the more I love this one.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And our first standalone Angel pop. That's cool.
Yeah. This could have been an SDCC exclusive.
This one, yeah,
it would have been good.
Agree. Yeah,
it's been good, kind of summery pop. Yeah,
especially if she was playing Funko Fusion. If there was like a little Easter egg in there.
Now we're.
So when thinking
they put like Funko Fusion on the controller or something, like that would be crazy.
Toxic Crusader. This is definitely like the one that came out. Was it last New York Comic Con?
The Toxic Avenger.
The Toxic Avenger, but the Toxic Crusader. This is really cool. I like this one.
I kind of like how his eyeball looks like a marble.
Oh yeah. It's gonna pop out soon.
Yeah, that is kind of cool.
They did a good job with this one, so I like it. I think you know what though. I'm afraid this one has to come out with a glow. I feel like you need a glow version of the Toxic
definitely.
Crusader.
It has that vibe, that color scheme, like it's gonna glow. So
yeah, I've been slow playing the common releases.
Yeah. Here we go. This is
guys. I'll be honest. In all honesty, here,
you getting all
love these. I absolutely love these.
I love these until I found out they were 6-inch. I was like,
no,
why?
John, listen, that is the beauty of these are light and sound. Like how that Mickey is awesome. Jack is I hate that I love Vader. I don't know why it makes sense that he's holding two pumpkins to me. I hate myself for saying that right now. I might get all three of these. They call them 6 inches, I think, because they can just charge more.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Of course.
Because if you look at the Optimus Prime that they did, it's not really a 6-inch pop. It's just on a base. So it's like a 4-inch pop on a base that makes it a 6-inch, and they put it in this gigantic box. They probably could have squeezed it in a 4-inch box. And I think that these are going to be the same way, but you don't keep these in the box anyway. If you buy these are 100% coming out. I don't think that these are going to be expensive grails down the road. Take them out, throw the box away, and enjoy these pops. I think these are fantastic for Halloween time. Look at that Mickey.
And Anna, I could not agree with you more. That was exactly what I thought of when I first saw these. I was like, how does Jack Skellington...
Because Vader's the Pumpkin King this time around.
Yeah, Vader has one for Luke and Leia. Pumpkin for Luke and Leia. That's what it is.
Oh, that is sweet.
Yeah, I was not feeling these, and then Joanna came running over. She's like, "I can't wait to get these," and I was like, I guess we're buying these."
yeah. I'm the Mickey. I would say for sure we are getting, and God, I might buy the Vader. I don't know.
Yeah, Vader was her favorite one. So
we had Evil Homer finally come out, and we have a really cool. Countdown to Halloween, I guess we could say. Countdown to Halloween calendar here.
Are they going to have minis of Kane and Kodos or Kudo? What?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah, on the side. Yeah,
minis of them.
That's awesome.
Bart, and this one looks awesome. I'm really
I'm
thinking
gonna
about
have to get this.
Picking this one out for.
Oh, I like that. I find your lack of candy disturbing.
Definitely want to pick those up. We had a bunch of new Rocks Pops.
I like Shakira.
Carlos Santana.
Carlos
That's the
Santana?
first Carlos Santana we have.
Definitely did not need another Michael Jackson.
Probably not, man. They got his license and just going crazy with it. Like whoever owns his licensing rights now, I don't know if it's the family or someone else for these, but they just like, please print them and give us money.
Oh, I know, Jonathan. Where is that mythical Freddy 3-liter soda? Yeah. Oh, but we do have soda news. Do you have a slide for Webley?
No, I don't have a slide for Webley. Actually.
Yeah, new soda coming out tomorrow at the Funko Aquasox game. It's gonna have a what is that? Because it's a 4,500 piece soda. So what is that, like a 400 or 500 piece
It's
shake?
It's gonna be a crazy, and they're only giving 2,500 out. So
yeah, so the other 2,000 are supposed to be on the website.
Nice. Yeah. They did that with the T-shirt bundle, like whatever. Look, whenever they put them out last year, last time, that's how I got mine. It was a good deal too. You got a T-shirt in the Webley, I think, for like $25 or something.
Yeah,
it was like a good price.
When they go live on the website, they're gonna sell out quick. And
they'll go quick.
They'll bundle it. They'll be smart and bundle it because they want to.
They should.
And they got good. The Webley Chase from 2 years ago is like still like a $180 soda. It's still expensive.
I love them. Love that guy.
Yeah, and it's just a color swap, but the mold is fantastic.
I think it makes sense on the jerseys anyway. Like I think these are
the Aquasox one stays Everett, so it's kind of cool. Yeah.
I'm still chasing the Freddy chase from last year. Yeah, I'm excited.
Very soon.
Anyway, sorry. Side tangent. We also have no soda news yet for SDCC, but I'm eagerly awaiting.
Conjuring, which is cool. We got the one guy.
I love all the Conjuring movies.
I like
because they're like horror movies that I can watch and not have to like keep the lights on because I'm a baby. Yeah. But probably won't get any of these per se.
I don't think I'll get any. I think I already have the Crooked Man NFTs.
The NFT one.
2 others, but I don't think I need Ed and Lorraine.
I love the Conjuring though. I
like the movie. The Conjuring series is awesome.
Great. It is all. I've watched them all.
And the 2 actors who play Ed and Lorraine, they do a magnificent job. They really are. Because have you looked up what the actual people look like? They did a
watch a whole documentary on it.
They did a really good job of finding people that looked similar to the actual people.
We got Saved by the Bell.
I was just thinking we needed some more Saved by the
Bell. We definitely need some more Saved by the Bell.
You know what's crazy? These really do look like that really looks like Mr. Belding, and that I can't even you could tell that's Kelly. Like
Kelly, Zach.
And Zach, obviously, I could tell by the hair, but they do an amazing job with the molds now. I mean, it's crazy how good they get like such a non-detailed character to look like their person. Like they do a great job with it. But I probably won't get any of those either.
Oh man, I was hearing about these all week. Joanna already pre-ordered all of them. She's super excited. I love the dog in particular.
Yeah, the dog is a good one.
They look really good.
I might get the dog. I like that one.
Yeah, these are gorgeous.
More Dragon Ball. Like Dragon Ball has been kind of quiet for a while, and then boom, we're getting more pops. So
it was quiet for a while. These look very different though. Even though we got a Gohan, Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. Never seen those before. That's kind of cool. Yeah, something different.
I think they're bringing out some good stuff because the 2 others we saw from Chalice.
Is this like the equivalent of like Thing 1 and Thing 2 just from Dragon Ball Z?
Pretty much.
I mean, I would say yes because they got a 1 and a 2 on their shirt too. So
yeah, that's exactly what I thought of. I was like, is this a Dr. Seuss rip?
One's got like a one blade on his helmet and one's got two. I'd like that.
Yeah.
Some sports pops.
Okay. I'm glad we got to the sports pop page. Huge injustice the other night, and nobody was really talking about this, but no Florida Panthers Stanley Cup.
I know, right?
As soon as they won the cup, like
they can't be bothered.
I
can't be bothered.
Funko hates hockey. I get it. Cool.
And then they put out these amazing molds for these sports pods.
Yeah, this was a slap in the face. These came out on Tuesday, and Monday night the Florida Panthers won the cup. Like, come on.
Tell you what, Fanatics does a good job with their exclusives though too. Like they don't just take the standard molds and just slap a different color jersey. Like these are all different molds too.
No, these are magnificent molds, and at least like last year we got one when the Vegas Golden Knights won the cup.
Yeah.
This year we got nothing. So
was it Pops last year or gold though?
No, it was the one pop of
oh, you're right.
Carlson. It was the Eric Carlson
one, yeah.
Yeah. In the weird box, yeah.
I wonder why they didn't, do a pre-order again.
But like Kansas City Chiefs roll out the red carpet. What other championship do we have? Oh, Celtics roll out the red carpet. Hockey, crickets.
Hockey doesn't get any love, and I don't know how much they sell either, but
yeah, they kind of stopped making hockey pops, which is really sad. But Jake from State Farm has
I mean, we got that though. We get the Panthers.
If they're gonna do Jake from State Farm, they better go back and they better do the remember the caveman from the old school Geico commercials? Yeah, from the Geico commercials. Yeah, they should do that. They're like so easy a caveman can do it. Like bring that, but make that pop like a random 1,500 piece for New York Comic Con. That would be awesome. Weird that he's from the Ad Icons line, but I guess that is appropriate technically. They should do a commercial.
More of an ad icon than something.
They should do like since he's specifically from the commercials. They should do a commercials line. But
that's a good idea. Yeah,
or the pigeons from Progressive. Yeah.
So yeah,
or flow. Like how do we not have a flow?
Oh, flow. Yeah,
flow. Yeah, you need that one. I'm sure all these will do it, so you can sign up and get your information. Like, will State Farm have you sign up to get Jake, or are they just selling Jake? You know,
they're selling Jake. There's not I don't see a State Farm sticker on that pop.
Should be.
Darn right, it should be.
Or Jake from State Farm,
or at least make it like a Target exclusive.
Or what's the other guy that switched networks? Can you hear me now?
Oh, the trader.
Oh, the Verizon guy.
Yeah, I didn't like that actually. I didn't like that he switched from. Did he switch from T-Mobile to Verizon? I didn't like that.
No, I think he went from Verizon to like Sprint or something like that.
Yeah. It irked me. I didn't like that. Yeah.
So that was this week, pretty much in a nutshell. I think that came out. But I guess it's that time of night when we talk about what's coming up for everyone.
Okay. Well, listen, if we're throwing out suggestions, I'd like to see the "Where's the Beef" lady from what commercial was that from?
Wendy.
Where's the beef?
Wendy. Yeah.
Wendy.
Does John know about that commercial? I want to know.
From The Office.
Yeah, why don't we have the "Where's the Beef" lady?
I didn't know who she was until the Office episode where they talked.
I was ready to say you've never seen that commercial.
No, I had to go back and look it up.
Okay, well, that's what I would like to see that. And then after that, guys, basically what we have going on this week is, I don't even know. We got so much stuff going on this week. It's not even funny. Guys, pay attention to this t-shirt. If you have not pre-ordered your first Poppin Duo t-shirt, they are live on our website, the Poppin Duo. Make sure to put the before popping, unless you would like to go get some popcorn, which that's fine too. Maybe start there and then end up at our site. But our pre-order for the t-shirts it's live until next Tuesday, I believe. So go ahead and get yours. They're going super fast. Is that what you're supposed to say when you're trying to?
They're gone. Actually,
they're
probably
almost gone. They are going off the shelves so fast, guys. If you don't get them tonight, I can't guarantee you're going to get any. But there'll probably be a lot left through the weekend, so you'll be fine. But with that being said, if you guys want to pick those up, go over there. We also have our dog tags over there. We are supporting the Fisher House this month. So and my wife put this over here for me to promote. So that's over there. We got stickers and stuff. So if you guys would like to check that out. As far as videos this week, we have we had a very cool pop on Tuesday's video. I think it was Tuesday's video. We have something fun in Sunday's video. So we got actually a couple videos already filmed. So I think you guys will enjoy them. So I don't think I'm supposed to promote anything else. We're not doing a whatnot stream this week. So everybody enjoy your 4th of July, because did we even announce that if we're doing anything?
No, we didn't.
Maybe we should have done that. Maybe we should have done that, guys. We're acting like amateur hour, I think, at this point. But yeah, we will not be on next Thursday, because next Thursday is 4th of July. So guys, everybody celebrate 4th of July and stay safe out there if you're in the States. If you're not in the States, you could care less about the 4th of July, most likely. We're going to do something special we're going to do something special that we haven't. We've got a lot of irons in the fire, as they say. So we'll have something special next Thursday planned for you guys. We just won't be live for PFO because of the holiday.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot we probably needed to say that.
No, that was good. That was good to get that 2 hours after we started. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was good that it finally came up.
Well, we'll announce it on our Instagrams and such. So everybody's
once
aware.
we have our special thing figured out.
Yeah. So everybody go make sure to pre-order your t-shirts from PoppinDuo.com.
No,
I got it backwards. The Poppin Duo.
John, listen, I know you love that popcorn.
You want a good popcorn, bro? A good popcorn shirt.
I mean, if you do wind up on the popcorn website, Slapshotpops 15 will get you 15% off. But the Poppin Duo.
There first,
I said it in my head too. I was like, don't mess it up, and I messed it up. So
hey, I do that every day of my life. It's all good.
Isabel and I actually went pop hunting at a bunch of our local here in Jersey Hot Topics. So I got that video for tomorrow. And then Joanna and I will be battling it out, doing our first New Jersey box battle this weekend. And then yesterday, if you guys didn't see, I went to a flea market here in New Jersey as well. And they had some pretty crazy stuff. And I actually got to witness a live sale of a Jumbo Freddy Chan. And that figure was actually pretty cool to see in person. It was my first time. The owner of the booth was really nice. I didn't want to touch it, but he took it out of the box and everything. The packaging was beautiful, so it was really cool to see that. We will be doing a soda auction tomorrow night, or not tomorrow, Saturday night. So soda auction Saturday night. Thank you guys for all the support this week, and happy 4th of July. If you guys are going on vacation or just hanging out at home, please be safe. Thousands of people get hurt every year, unfortunately, with fireworks. So if you're lighting off fireworks by yourselves, just please be careful. It can get messy and things can go awry very quickly. I know Joanna's older sister, who works in the hospital, she works nights. She tells us horror stories from every year on 4th of July, people coming in with missing fingers and other stuff. So don't let that be you. Please be careful.
So we put out a video yesterday with a really cool pickup and a really cool hit too. So if you haven't watched that hit, we got something really good from our Boom Loop box. And then we have some other mystery boxes coming up this week. But we do also have some Five Below sodas we're going to be opening this weekend as well too. So you'll be seeing. We went to a few different Five Belows and we found some sodas so far in our area, and they've kind of restocked. If you haven't checked out Five Below lately, I've noticed they've been restocking them with some different ones other than the Sanderson sisters. So if you want to check out your local Five Belows, they might have something that they didn't have a couple weeks ago. So if you haven't hit them up lately, so got some cool sodas to open from there. And like weirdly, if they're not open, Marshall's sometimes has them, but half the time they're open at Marshall's. Free reign there in that store. So we got those coming up. We won't have an auction this week with the holiday coming up. We wanted to kind of skip. So we'll have several in July. So if you haven't hit the bookmarks for July, appreciate that. And then also in July, we'll be announcing information about the the charity auction coming up in the end of August and all that good stuff, where to send stuff, all the good things. So yeah, that's what we got going on. So appreciate everyone hanging out with us, having a good night with us. Hopefully everyone's having a great summer so far, and it's almost the weekend for you guys. So hopefully you have a great weekend, and we'll see you not next week, maybe live, but you'll see you virtually maybe somehow. Like you'll just see us doing something a little different, but then we'll be back with PFO the week after that. So thanks everyone for hanging out, and hopefully you have a great evening. See you next time.
Bye, everyone.
See you soon, guys.